Hi Scorpios, so this is the second reading for Scorpio for the channel. We'll start off with some air noise, also known as music. Which reminds me that Scorpios are funny. All signs get like flack for like different kinds of stuff, but Scorpios are funny. In the high vibe. I prefer like nice humor, but like humor comes in all ways. Life is a shadow comedy. Get a Celtic cross for Scorpio. Get a Celtic cross for Scorpio, please. Celtic cross for Scorpio. Celtic cross for Scorpio. Oh, and there she is. Okay, Scorpio, so your present energy is the Hierophant. This can have to do with like spirituality and more the like religion, the conforming ideas of spiritual institutions. This is the Earth sign. This is associated with Taurus, so about the fixed Earth. Right now is the fixed fire energy. Leo season just started today, but this is sort of about developing some sort of a major sense of spirituality in your life, as really Taurus is the Hierophant and the priest. The bull grazing in the meadow, but you know, if you get the bull in the wrong time or you taunt it, you know, it'll come after you, kind of thing. So the earthy grounded side of religion and spirituality, really, and institutions. So really standing in sort of like a priestly kind of an energy. The challenge right now is Ace of Swords, so having a new idea, maybe working. Ooh, excuse me. Maybe working towards or thinking about some sort of new major idea that you want to go towards, and it has the it's like a divine hand coming out with this like air energy of the swords with a crown on top, with actually some leaves on it, which is nice because Taurus energy is earth energy. That Leo energy Leo season just started yesterday, which is the king, or the queen, the child, and the clown, and some earth energy there at the Capricorn moon right now, with some mountains in the background, which is also very sort of Taurus related. So maybe like a challenge right now is moving towards a new idea. So whatever it is about this idea that you're thinking of might feel sort of like a challenge depending on what it is. In the recent past, you had the Hanged Man in the reverse. So the Hanged Man can be having trouble in the recent past of developing new perspectives or letting go of something. And maybe that is what kind of got you into this Hierophant energy now. And in the near future, you have the Seven of Wands in the reverse. So in the upright, this card can have to do with this is fire energy, so maybe struggling with some of the signs of the season, but maybe feeling like you're sort of overwhelmed by needing to defend some sort of idea. So maybe that's what this Ace of Swords in the challenge placement sort of means, is feeling overwhelmed, or not necessarily feeling like you are strongly grounded in being able to stand up to other people about some sort of a new idea that you're having, or just feeling overwhelmed about being challenged around some sort of a new energy. In the conscious energy, you're sort of feeling maybe like some fear and anxiety about this process, but this is another major arcana card here. So something, major divinely is happening for you. I feel like there's a lot of major arcana cards in the past 3 readings, though. Tomorrow's the full moon, and I love full moons, I love new moons. They really bring forward, every moon phase brings forward its own significant lesson, but that's sort of when lessons are very strong. And so this is your conscious energy of the moon. The Pisces card can have to do with dreams and illusions and delusions, fear and anxiety. But this is just sort of like wanting to know the answers maybe, but not necessarily being able to know all the answers to everything. But something sort of major divine is going on for you right now, and that is sort of the energy that you are aware of, and maybe you're projecting out to others that others can also see. Another major arcana card. So interesting that in your present energy, the above and the below, and in the recent past, you have this major arcana energy going on. In the subconscious energy, either what you're not aware of or what you are aware of but not necessarily showing to other people, is the Lover's card, the North Node in Gemini. This card can be about just love and partnership and, you know, a divine blending of duality, of light and shadow, just like a blending of the masculine and the feminine, and the blending of any sort of duality. Interesting, you have duality both in the above energy of Pisces and in the below energy with the Gemini card. This is also about choices and temptation, and kind of working with that choice and temptation in a way that feels like productive, and like you're not necessarily feeling like overwhelmed and bogged down by it. And so I wonder if, you know, that is something meaningful for you. Balancing choice and balancing duality seems like something that is present for you at this moment. The advice card is the Ace of Pentacles. So like moving forward, you have two aces here, so the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. So moving forward with a divine offering of opportunity having to do with your career, your finances, abundance, whatever abundance means for you. So the advice is to really follow this new opportunity that is being presented to you, that could be related to like really stable, earthy pentacle type of energy of abundance and gathering new resources and taking up that first step of taking up that offering. Again, a divine offering coming kind of out of the clouds there. And you have that garden in the bottom energy. So that Capricorn energy of the earth seems to just be like flavoring the reeds a little bit. And so moving forward towards that abundance, that offering of abundance and a new opportunity. The energy surrounding you right now is the Page of Swords. Some people say the Page of Swords can kind of be about like gossip and like moving forward like immaturely with like new ways of communicating, new ideas, or it can just be like that first initiation after you present the offering of a new idea. And then moving, that next step is the energy surrounding you is to like move forward with how to present that new idea and how to like communicate the new idea with other people, how a new way of thinking. So interesting that you kind of have the challenge here of that new idea, and then the energy surrounding you is that the work towards moving into the new idea itself. The fear right now is hope and fear. Is the Eight of Swords in the reverse, which can be sort of about like realizing that you are not trapped in something, releasing the idea that you are trapped. And I guess that could be the fear energy, having that be the fear or the hope. So I wouldn't be biased in my readings or anything, but like maybe just the hope is like realizing that like you're not stuck about something. So with this new idea, this new way of thinking, like you're not stuck. Or maybe the fear is like maybe the fear is that you won't realize that you're not stuck. But I think it's just like this is a fear of, you know, there's a fear of being stuck. So maybe this is a fear of not interesting. Just like not realizing that you're like not stuck in something, I think is more a hope in this situation. I don't think Scorpios like to be stuck. So just like a fear that like you won't realize that you're not stuck or something, but like you're not. But interestingly, like that delay in trying to figure out what that card was going to mean in that placement. So maybe the hope is to realize that you're not stuck. But in the outcome of here is another major arcana card. Cancer season just ended. We're now in Leo season. So into the transition of that energy. Cancer card is the Chariot card in the upright, which is like moving forward with passionate energy, which is definitely Leo season as well, but maybe feeling like a little bit of a delay around what's going on here. So this isn't like a super clear read, but I think that makes a lot of sense for a Scorpio reading. Scorpios are just, the fixed water, just a very deep sign. There's always a lot going on, like personal inner transformation. Like transformation is just like the thing. So it's interesting that it's a fixed sign. But I guess it's just, Scorpios are sort of like fixed in the ways that they look for that deep transformation. So right now, sort of feeling like the outcome of this energy right now is feeling some sort of like major delay actually in what's going on. And with all these major arcana cards all over the place here, this is just a divine happening as it is. And so it seems like maybe you're wanting to move forward with some sort of a new idea and you have that energy behind you. But there's also like a fear and anxiety and like this just reckoning of your duality. And maybe this idea energy has to do with institutions and some sort of priestliness. Scorpios are, tied to the underworld. So I think like the spirit world is definitely that messenger of the Hierophant is definitely like an intermediary. But like feeling like sort of delayed around some sort of project. So maybe this new idea isn't going to get fully up off the ground right now, but there's some sort of major divine energy at play. So that Chariot in the reverse, maybe that delay, not necessarily moving forward fully with the idea. Maybe it's just not time yet as you work. Like maybe you're just like not feeling like you're going to be able to defend your ideas, or you haven't worked through the idea well enough to be able to do that. And so just kind of letting yourself sit in this energy and, take that offering of opportunity, whatever the opportunity is that comes to you to work with, keep going in that direction. And you don't have to be stuck if you don't want to be. But sometimes there's the stuckness is what is supposed to be happening. So a major divine energy here that's a little complicated and deep for me to read into too much more than that. But the advice is to just move forward towards that offering of divine abundance. And this is all apparently like part of that plan, I guess. Can I get some color cards for Scorpio, please? Can I get some color cards for Scorpio, please? For Scorpio, please. Can I get some color cards for Scorpio, please? Oh, Scorpios. Thank you. Disruption, anxiety, and passion. So, yeah. I see that here. So let's do passion first. So that passion is that Chariot card. How you perceive passion can depend on what lens you view it through. Passion may be associated with lust and temptation, or it may suggest optimistic action, like a fire in your belly. So belly is Cancer season. We just came out of Into the Fire, Leo season. This card encourages celebrating your passions in whatever form they take. It asks you to acknowledge the flame that sits within you, whether it is a deep conviction, interest, or love. This energy in the reverse in the Lover's card. Find what stokes your inner fire and embrace the excitement that comes along with it. So following that fiery, passionate Leo energy is, good advice for right now as we move into the season. Anxiety, which is your moon card here in the conscious energy. When you're feeling anxious, it is usually because you are very worried about something that has an uncertain outcome. When this happens, we write a script in our heads, creating an outcome that is most likely far worse than the actual outcome. Try your best to stay in the present and not focus on events that haven't occurred yet. So just staying in the present, I think, is always a good idea, but it is much easier said than done. Disruption. Like this shocking pink color, this card demands attention. It represents intensity, innovation, and nonconformity. It's a catalyst for releasing fear. So, releasing that anxiety in order to make bold and courageous moves. Leo season. What is stagnant in your life that needs to change? How can you shake things up a bit? How can you continuously innovate your life in unexpected and productive ways? And, Scorpios love transformation. So, what can you do to shake things up a little bit? Because you're obviously feeling sort of delayed with this Chariot energy here, and you recently have been working to gain new perspectives and let things go. And maybe you're just not necessarily ready to move forward with this, like with this big idea, but like a little disruption is to be expected. So fire, anxiety, and disruption. So there is like a little bit of anxiety here, but that's, you know, a lot of major arcana cards. That is just what is, I guess, right now. And it's not like I don't see anything like super stressful for sure. I think Scorpios just always want to be transforming and stuff, and so just want to be on to the next step. So when you're not onto the next step, it, you know, feels a certain kind of way, but definitely nothing overly stressful here. Can I get a Rumi card, please, for Scorpio? All Scorpios. Can I please get a Rumi card here for all Scorpios? Can I please get an energy here for all Scorpios? Okay. Sacred Phoenix Heart. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I'm not even going to look at this other one. I want to read both. So, Sacred Phoenix Heart, I just learned that the 3 iterations of Scorpio are from the Scorpion to the Eagle to the Phoenix. So, this is just like your energy. Especially with this fiery energy. Looks like fire to me. Okay, so Sacred Phoenix Heart. So Phoenix is Scorpio and the heart is Leo season, which just started yesterday. Sacred Phoenix Heart. Under the cover of blood, Leo is very much the heart. And the blood, I think, is more like Aquarius, but it's the heart, and you need the heart to pump the blood. Under the cover of blood, love veils many rose gardens. Love veils many rose gardens here in the Garden of Eden in your subconscious energy. In total faith, the Hierophant card in your present energy. In total faith, love tenderly guides every lover to the garden of the heart. Reason says the world is limited in 6 directions. The world is limited in 6 directions. The 6th major arcana card is the Lover's card. Reason says the world is limited in 6 directions. There is no way out. There's no way out. Releasing that idea, though. Love says there is a way, and I have traveled it many times. How I adore your defiant, rebellious heart. As the Aquarius full moon comes tomorrow, it knows that what for the mind is an end is for the heart simply another match to ignite the sacred flames. Leo season. It eats of love, which is really it's the masculine side of love in the home, Leo, until it is filled and then becomes hungry again and eats some more, and again and again. It eats of love until it is so full it must simply explode into a sacred fire of passion. So like eating, pleasure, enjoyment is very much the Taurus, the Hierophant card. It bursts incapable of sustaining old consciousness in the expanse of blessings unlimited, lavished upon it through the great beloved's affection. It would be like attempting to fit an ocean in a teacup. So it does not fitting the ocean in a teacup. This moon Pisces, the ocean in your above energy. So it does not. It bursts forth like a dying star into spectacular radiance, only to be reborn again, new and hungry for the next feeding frenzy in love's great banquet. How I adore your defiant, spectacular heart. Big Leo season with Scorpio superimposed there. Love guides us through travails that seem improbable, if not impossible. It does not shy away from any challenge, from any cause. It cannot. It is just love's way. Love says to us there is always another way. You are receiving this guidance now. As you're developing, new ideas of perspectives with that Hanged Man card in reverse. Perhaps you are scratching your head quizzically or are in deepest despair because you appear to have met a dead end, a frowning no, or a dismissive laugh upon your quest to bring love alive. So then, do you choose to believe in love or in the death of sorts your heart faces? The death card. The death card, Scorpio. Your heart shall rally. I choose death because that is the portal to new life. That's Scorpio all over. And so it is wise, you see, but you must be brave. To be burned in love, by love, for love will involve endurance of pain, but it will also place it in context. It is the shorter pain that is not compounded by erroneous thinking. That pain comes and goes quite quickly when you realize that love is simply playfully smacking your wrist and saying, not that way, beloved. There are great pitfalls on that path. Come, take this one, where there shall be wine and dancing. So you are guided to accept the closed doors, the death, Scorpio, the pain, and to let it become tinder for your fire. Cry whatever tears need to be cried so your tinder can be dry and ready to create the sparks your heart needs. With the Earth Capricorn energy right now, creating the sparks your heart needs with Leo season. That sacred phoenix ready to die into life within you is hungry for the fire. You're hungry. Hunger with just coming out of Cancer season, that Cancer card in the reverse, like that hunger, like feeling like delayed in the fulfillment of that hunger, and a delay in that passion. hungry for the fire, let it feast so it can fulfill its potential, its divine destiny, and become born again into new form, more divinely aligned and alive than ever before. Let life come to you. This oracle brings a particular message regarding divine timing, that oh so significant factor in our dreams coming to life. Your time is fast approaching. It may even be now. It may seem least likely to you. There may be great darkness or confusion, and yet the unveiling of the new dawn is closest to the deepest darkness of the night. You know, winter is the Taurus, is the earth with the Capricorn moon right now. There may be great darkness or confusion, and yet the unveiling of the new dawn is closest to the deepest darkness of night. Do not turn back or away from your progress. Your very next steps shall be upon hallowed ground, rendered golden by the rays of the rising sun. On hallowed ground, the Taurus and the Hierophant. So your next steps will be on hallowed ground. You are going through some sort of spiritual experience here in that priest-like energy, moving towards a new idea, but maybe feeling like you're not necessarily fully ready to defend, you know, that idea that you're having, and feeling like a little delayed in moving forward with that passionate energy. But the advice is to continue moving forward towards this abundance. Rendered golden by the rays of the rising sun is the Leo season in itself. So keep it moving, even if you're feeling this delay. Keep it moving, Scorpios. All right, thank you for joining.